Have you ever felt the need to mount your DJI Osmo, but you have nowhere to mount it? 1, there's no space, and 2, you just don't have the time? Frustrating, right? In today's video, we're going to show you how you can mount your DJI Osmo virtually anywhere.
So this method makes use of the GoPro Flex Clamp System, which comes in 2 components. You've got the clamp mount, which basically is a set of jaws, hence the name. And you've got this extendable, flexible arm, which is also known as the gooseneck. So this extendable arm has got 2 GoPro buckle mounts on either end. And the way you connect up the 2 is to simply use the inbuilt buckle mount, which is on the jaws, and you simply connect it to the gooseneck like that. When you've done that, you've now got the flexibility to basically mount the Jaws Flex Clamp System literally anywhere. And the way it works is, if you imagine this to be where you want to mount, and typically you want something of this kind of thickness, so you simply clamp it like that, and you've got pretty much enough force to be able to withhold any weight that's going to be on this end, which is going to be the end with the camera. So you want to be able to grip something that has got a thickness of round about, I would say minimum 1 inch, possibly going to 1.5 inches. That's probably the best kind of thickness of where to mount it. So now that we've connected the jaws to the extendable flexible gooseneck, we now need to figure out a way to connect the DJI Osmo to the other end of the gooseneck. So first, let's get an appreciation of how the GoPro mount system works. So basically all GoPro mount systems work in the same way, in that they come with this is a typical GoPro mount, which if I just use this spare buckle I've got as an example, basically locks in place like that, leaving you the ability to secure the connection with this screw. So that's your typical GoPro mount. So with this kind of mount, you can then mount it to the end of the gooseneck, just like that, and then you can pretty much appreciate how you can then mount this literally anywhere. But we're not using the GoPro. We want to mount this to the DJI Osmo. So let me get rid of this. So the final piece of the puzzle is an adapter which looks something like this. Basically, this has got a GoPro mount on one end, and then on the other end it's got a 1/4 inch thread, which allows you to connect this 1/4 inch thread to the rosette mount of the DJI Osmo, just like this. But before we actually mount it there, I've got another GoPro buckle, and typically when you buy these accessories from GoPro, you get a handful of these, and they're also quite easy to get from eBay or Amazon, just like this piece here is. So all you do is you connect it to the buckle, just like this. Then you obviously want to fasten this by screwing that down. And then just to make sure it's nice and tight, you may have to use either a thumb screw or a screwdriver just to make sure that it's absolutely tight. The only thing that's left to do is to connect this to the actual gooseneck itself. So we could start with that end, connect that in place. Then all that's left to do now is to basically screw that onto the rosette mount of your DJI Osmo. So you don't even have to use this extendable arm, this gooseneck. If you want to use the DJI Osmo in an even more low profile mode, all you need to do is to remove the buckle mount here, and then remove it on the jaws. You get rid of this gooseneck, and then you simply connect the DJI Osmo directly. And then this way you can mount in a really low profile manner. And if you want to change the direction, all you simply do is you unhinge the buckle here, turn this round, and then you click it in place. So now you've got your DJI Osmo facing in a completely opposite direction. And with this setup, you're now ready to mount your DJI Osmo virtually anywhere.
Guys, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave a question down below. Bye! Guys, I am really sorry I keep forgetting, but I promise to remember next time. Don't forget to download your free color grading alert at www.osmotips.com. Bye!